Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Toya if you are new, and I'm back with another video. So I just ordered some food, ordered some Panda Express, and I was just about to sit down and eat, and I was like, let me tell the people why I quit my job. So got a little story time. I'm eating some Panda Express. I got the rice, some orange chicken, and beef and broccoli. I ordered a family meal, so I put it in my own little bowl. Got my this, got me some Pepsi, and I got time. So if you're interested in this story time of why I quit my job, then stay tuned. I'm not gonna stop the video. We just gonna go ahead and get into it. So for those of you who don't know, I got a job back in September. I feel weird eating this with a regular fork. Oh, before I do that, y'all should have saw where y'all gonna see how cute their packaging is for the family meal. So I DoorDashed our food. Long story. I DoorDashed the family meal for me and my kids from Panda, and the packaging is so cute. So I'm gonna insert that first, then we gonna jump on into the story time. Okay, so I've ordered the family meal from Panda Express before, but they have repackaged. I haven't ordered it since like 2020, and their little packaging is so cute. Hold on, look at this, y'all. Okay, so this is the box that it came in. You open the sides, and look, you got your, like I said, the two large sides, 3 entrees. And you got your sauces, your fortune cookies, the works. But I will say the box that it's in is not very sturdy. You do have to hold it from the bottom. But I think this is like presentation, 10 out of 10 for sure. Okay, so oh, that's good. For y'all that don't know, I started a job back in September at an eye doctor. When I got the job, I really was just tired of DoorDashing, tired of trying to start my own businesses, and I was just like, I need some legit, real, not real income, but some steady income coming in. So I got a job at the eyeglass place. Now, originally when I applied for the job, I applied for a receptionist. So I don't even remember applying for the job, honestly. I feel like that much time had went by in the me applying and them contacting me. So I just remember getting the emails from the manager, setting up the interview, going to the interview. I interviewed with the assistant. It was great. Cool as I don't know what. Interviewed with the manager. Cool as I don't know what. Boom, wait for the call back. Got the job. Also, let me say this. During the interview for a receptionist, they asked me would I be interested in being a tech. I had no idea what a tech was. I've never worked in optical, period. So I didn't know. But at the same time, I was like, yes, I would love it. And I'm open for trying new things. So I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm interested. So I get the job and I do my training, my online training first, of course. And then I finally come back to train as a tech. Now with the training for the tech, I train for 2 days. Partially because I don't like people being over me. Another part was it's easy. I catch on fast, it's easy work. So 2 days training, boom, I'm by myself. I've been telling the girl who trained me, if I need you, I'll come get you, but right now I'm straight. So everything going smooth. I can honestly say that was the first time at the time, 33 years of life, having a job that I genuinely enjoy going to. My manager had created such a vibe in the store. Like everybody was cool, everybody got along. It was never any tension, it was never any drama. Like I literally looked forward to going to work every day. So fast forward to January. I remember one of my coworkers coming in there telling me, asked me, did I want some food from a specific restaurant? I was like, nah, I'm good. So that stands out to me because I remember going up to the front later on that day, and my manager was like, oh, the reason I bought y'all lunch was because I got something to tell y'all. And so we like, what is it? And she told us that she was leaving. She was going to another store. So immediately when she said that, I'm like, I'm finna quit. Because one thing I do know about myself is I don't like a lot of change. So I'm like, you know what, now, Toya, put your big girl drawers on, baby. Stay here. This new manager may be lit. Like, they may come in and be even better than what you got going on already. This is just the backstory, so stay with me. So I talked myself into not quitting then. Should have just quit then, but you know, whatever. Ooh, that rice finna fall everywhere. So come back. That was in January. The first week of the beginning of March, the manager was gone. New manager was in. Y'all, immediately the changes were crazy. I'm talking about crazy. But at the same time, they weren't affecting me directly. It was changes more so in the front of the store with the reception area, the opticians, things of that nature. At this point, I'm a certified tech. I'm in the back in my tech room, so it wasn't affecting me personally, directly. So I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't like it, but ain't got nothing to do with you for real. So they threw the new manager in there, honestly. They threw her in blindly. So they were sending managers from different stores coming in to try to train her, which I thought was the craziest thing, because why would you not have her trained before you send the other manager to a store that wasn't even open yet? But, you know, what do I know? So, anytime something happen, y'all, here I go. I'm finna quit. I'm finna quit. I'm finna quit. Like I said, I'm finna quit like at least 3 or 4 times a day. 3 was the minimum because it was just ridiculous. Everybody was doing something that they knew they would not normally do. Like, the store was a mess. Nothing was being done. It was just a mess. And I was irritated because I'm the oldest person that works in my store. Well, worked at the store. I was older than the manager that hired me by a year. So when it come down to come to work doing your job, especially with my job, at that whole place, to me, it was easy. Like, it was an easy job. So I'm like, why would you not come to work and just do what you know you're supposed to do? So that really irritated me, like, beyond words. So I remember talking to the new manager about it. I'm like, you know, it's basically because I think everybody that would work there between 20 and 25. So I'm like, I feel like at this point we're working with children. You're doing stuff that you know you wouldn't normally do. I don't like that. I don't like it. So now I will say I would do, like, I ain't gonna say crazy stuff, but I would do the most I know I did that I wouldn't normally do with my other manager was like I would pull my phone out at the front desk. And I used to do that when she was there, but she was like, you don't mind y'all having your phones, but if it's people in here like this, don't have your phone out. So, like, I was doing like little stuff like that, but nothing major, which it'll be people up there on the front desk. I'm talking about the receptionist on FaceTime. You got your AirPods in and on a FaceTime call. Like, that was crazy to me. And then to get mad if a customer come in, a patient come in with a question. Okay, so fast forward to why I quit. That's what you're here for, right? So boom. It was had to been like a Monday. And since I started, I would always be responsible for cleaning my machine, shutting my room down, make sure the doctor's machines are clean and his room is shut down. That's what I did. So once I got my certification, I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna move on to the next goal. I decided myself, this is important. I decided myself that I wanted to learn contacts, how to put them up, how to put them, match them to the patient, everything. Like, I wanted to know the ins and outs of contacts. That was the next goal I had set for myself. So at this point, I had been on learning contacts for maybe a month. Probably right when the new manager came, I had started learning contacts. So the girl who trained me, who was also third key, this is important, keep up. She's the full-time tech. So I was a part-time tech, she was a full-time tech, but she was also third key. and she was training me on contacts as well. So I remember this particular day, she had asked me, Toya, do you want to do contacts? And I was like, no. Now keep in mind, this was not the first time that she had asked me, did I want to do the contacts? And I was like, no, because my thing is, if it's something that I want to do, don't just try to put it on me like it's my responsibility, because now you're making me not want to do it no more. So no, I don't want to do it. You asked me a question, I answered. That's what happened. So as soon as I said no, I didn't want to do it, she goes on a spiel. I remember her saying, she was like, now this ain't right. If I'm going to be doing the glasses, I'm not going to do the contacts too. Because she was doing the glasses at the time of the incident. So she had went on her little spiel. She walked out to the contact lens area talking the whole while. At this point, me and the manager was talking about something. So when she came back up, she was like, and I need to talk to you, talking to the manager. So I'm already knowing like, oh, she's going to tell on me because I wouldn't do them contacts, and I'm still not going to do them. So as I'm going to the back to clock out, like the doctor had finished, I cleaned up his room, I'm going to go clock out. I passed, like me and the manager was passing each other, and I said, she finna tell on me. She mad at me, she finna tell on me. So I already knew it, didn't care. Boom, fast forward to the next day, another coworker comes in who was not at work this particular day and was like, Toya, come here. We'll call this coworker John. So John was like, Toya, come here. So I'm like, what? He was like, what did happen in here yesterday? So I'm like, what you mean? What happened? He was like, y'all got into it. So I'm like, I got into it? He was like, yeah. I said, baby, who I got into it? Like, I'm genuinely concerned, y'all. So he was like pointing at me and then pointing back at the office, which is where the manager, the assistant, and the third key was at. And I said, baby, nah, I ain't got into it with nobody. So I asked this other girl who was standing there. She was there the day before. I'm like, I got into it with somebody yesterday? And she was like, nah, girl, what did you talking about? And I was like, oh, okay, just checking. So she was like, are you being serious? And I'm like, girl, I don't know what's happening. So at this point, he didn't pique my interest, y'all. So I'm like, John, what you done heard? John proceeds to tell me that third key called him and told him that she went off on me. Pause reaction. Because if you know me, you know ain't nobody just went off on me. That's not an option. Like, we can go off on each other, but for me to just let somebody go off on me, it's not happening. So immediately when he said, I said, hold on, baby, don't use that because that's going to upset me. Like, ain't nobody went off on me, period, ever. Nobody in this store has ever gone off on LaToya. Let's be very clear on that now. So he was like, calm down, calm down. I don't want you going off on me. So I'm tickled at this point. I said, I'm not going to go off on you. I'm not here to go off on anybody. That's the thing. So immediately I'm pissed off because, for one, you lied. It's the lies. I don't like a liar. So, for one, you lied. Then, on top of that, you're third key, which makes you a member of management. So, if something did go on, which it did not, why are you calling another associate who wasn't even here at the time to lie? Okay. So, at this point, I got a big attitude. Like, and I kind of feel like I knew then that my time was finna be up. So, I went to the manager. I was like, I need to talk to you. Like, now it's my turn to tell. So, I went on to my tech room at this point and just stayed back there until I went on lunch. I went on lunch, and when I came back, third key was going on lunch. There wasn't nobody in the store but me, John, and the manager. So I go back there and I'm telling the manager what's going on. And I was like, the biggest thing for me is the lie, first of all. And then with you being a member of management, how unprofessional. Like, but then again, I have to keep in my mind too, baby, these is like kids a little bit, like 23, 24 years old. So I'm like, we're going to get this together. So at this point, the assistant walked in. I'm letting her know what's going on. And she was like, I get it. With her being a member of management, that makes you feel away. Baby, that wasn't even the issue for me. The issue was you lied. Okay, so boom. They was like, we're going to have to get y'all together. We're going to talk this out. We don't want the energy to be, I ain't none of y'all. We don't want the energy to be weird in here. So we're going to have to talk it out. So I was like, okay, I'm going to keep cool. So the whole time so boom, I'm going too fast, I'm getting excited. So they call us in there and we're talking. And her biggest thing was the contact. she trying to say that as a tech, contacts were my responsibility. And I'm like, no, I've never heard that. In my 5 months of being here, I've never nobody ever said anything to me about contacts, period. When I started doing contacts, it's because I asked. So, whole time she ended up talking, her main thing was the contacts. Oops, get my friend. I ain't care. So finally, I was like, you know what? Okay, that's fine, whatever. They trying to say contacts on me, whatever. I was like, but what my real issue is, hold on, y'all, because I feel like this is going to stop. Okay, so anyway, so I'm like, okay, so my issue with you is you done called John last night and told him that you went off on me. Immediately, y'all. I didn't say that. I didn't call him. But baby, how John know? Because John had done got off at 5 o'clock. This took place at 6:30. And for John to come in at 10 o'clock, go put his stuff in his locker at 10:01 and call me to the front at 10:02, he ain't had a chance to talk to you this morning. So he had to have known prior to coming to work when you called him. So the manager and the assistant was like, well, why would he say that? Well, maybe we need to get John in here and talk to him, because he's apparently causing mess in the store. Soon as they said something about bringing John in, she was like, no, I'll talk to John privately. I feel like that's a talk we need to have amongst each other. Yeah, baby, because you don't want to sit here and lie to his face too. You already lied in my face after you done lied on me. Now you're lying to me and you're lying to the managers. So she nipped that in the bud real quick. And the whole time in my head, I'm like, I really hope they're not falling for this. So the managers was just like, we want to make sure y'all have an understanding. We don't want the drama in work. So I'm just like, you know what, fine. I peep how you move. You're a liar. That is what it is. I'm not finna even worry my pretty little head with it. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, whatever, fine. Move on. I know how to move with you now. Simple. So that had to been Tuesday. Wednesday come. Y'all could catch a break. So come Wednesday, I'm getting ready to leave. And third key comes to me and was like, can you take the trash out of the contact lens area? Attitude immediate. But I was like, you know what? Fine, I got it. It's no big deal. Keep in mind, since I've been there now 6 months, the only thing I've ever had to be responsible for as far as the store cleaning was my office and the doctor's office. So I grab the trash or whatever, and anytime I pull trash, I would take it and put it in the big trash can. And whoever had trash would pull the rest of the trash and take it to the dumpster. So I don't even remember how I got to talking to the assistant, but I just remember me and her going back and forth. Not me and her going back and forth about the trash, because she was basically saying that, it's not just pulling the trash and taking it to the back, but you have to take it to the dumpster too. I said, now that don't make no sense. So you telling me everybody in here gonna have to make a trip to the dumpster? Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I don't even know where the dumpster at. Don't even know where the dumpster at. So we end up getting into it about that. I really wouldn't say getting into it, but we were going back and forth about that. So to the point I was finally like, here I go, y'all. Well, I'm just gonna quit because this too much. That was my favorite thing. I already threatened to quit. So I guess she was just fed up with me saying that, which I can admit, I get it. I've been in management before, and that was very childish of me to keep threatening to quit, baby. If you're gonna quit, go. So she was just like, you know what, if you want to quit, that's fine. And she ends up walking off and taking the trash to the dumpster herself. So yeah, that scared me. But anyway, I didn't never know it was no Amber Alert going on. But anyway, so that was Wednesday. So Thursday, I was off. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Boom. Fast forward to Monday. I woke up Monday morning and I was just like, I don't want to go. I don't enjoy going there. Like ever since, I would say the second week of March, halfway through the second week of March, I dreaded going. So I was like, you know what, Toya, we're going to release this negative energy. You're going to get up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to have a good day. Like, it was to the point I had checked my informed delivery. I had some good mail coming. I even so much as got up enough time to, y'all. Am my God. I had got up enough time to stop at Starbucks. And this particular day we had a meeting. So instead of being at work at 9:15, I had to be there at 8:15. So we go into work. I'm trying to be in a good mood, but it's automatically tension. I can feel it. It's thick, honey. So I said, okay. So during the meeting, the assistant manager was basically carrying the meeting. She was going over everything that we normally go over. And then she came to a stop. And she was just like, how can I put this? Automatically, I knew you was finna direct something at me. And it irritated me because nobody else has been doing it. Like, I can admit that it was childish and I should have been left it 2 weeks ago. But I just felt like it could have been dealt with better. So in the meeting, she was like, I don't know how to put this. And she was just like, we're out here to do a job. We wouldn't tell y'all to do nothing that we wouldn't do. So, if you don't want to be here, you don't have to be. Immediately, I'm rolling my eyes and I'm like, you know what? You're right. I don't have to be here. So that I was done at that point. So we were sitting there talking and I noticed everybody going off into separate conversations. And I'm just sitting there in my head like, Toy, what you finna do? So I was like, is the meeting over? And the manager was like, yeah, I guess so. So I get up and I go to the tech room. And at this point, y'all, I'm on Indeed. I'm already knowing what's gonna happen. It was 8:50, y'all. First patient didn't come in till 9:20. So the whole from 8:50 to like 9:10, I'm on Indeed submitting my resume. And third key had came in there for something, and then she left. I think she came in there for some spray, some cleaner or something. And then she came back a few minutes later with a chart. And I looked over at the chart and I grabbed the chart and I laid it on the desk. And she was like, Toya, you okay? I said, I'm good. She was like, what's wrong? I said, oh, nothing, I'm straight. She said, you look like something wrong. I said, mm-mm. So then she left out again and John came in there. And the way the office is, my certification thing was up on the top. And when I put it up there, but I had to get the step ladder and like stand on the desk to get it up there. So John a little bit taller than me. So I was like, hey, baby, get that for me. He was like, what? Get my stuff down. He's like, what you mean? Get my stuff down like I'm finna quit. Y'all, I'm going through the drawers. I'm gathering my things because I don't want to do it anymore. So I got all my stuff. And I passed by like I'm going to get my purse and stuff out the locker at this point. Because normally when I leave, I'll clock out and then I'll go get my stuff. Baby, I want to go straight out the door. So I passed by the manager. She was like, Toya, what you doing? I said, finna quit. She was like, oh, Toya, come talk to me. So I had, I talked to her and I voiced how I felt about how the assistant handled the situation. Because in my head, as a manager, I've been there before. I would have pulled me to the side and been like, hey, baby, either you gonna quit or you ain't. But all that threatening, you can save it. Like, it's old. Like, it was funny the first week. But, baby, we 2-3 weeks in. I let it go. But I didn't like the way that you wanted to address it in front of the whole store, which, might I add, was already severely understaffed. And everybody knowing it's directed at me. That's what pissed me off. So she was like, I get it, but I can tell you love your job, so I really don't want you to quit. And I was like, I didn't want to quit. I don't want to quit. I did not want to quit the job. And that's what I told her. She was like, I really think you should think about it. And I'm like, I just know it's not going to work. Because in my head, I done got into a third key. I done got into the assistant. It's basically over at this point. So I was like, I don't want to quit, girl, but I just don't see it working. So she was like, well, just take the day and think about it and call me tomorrow. And I was like, I just was off 4 days, baby. I don't need no more days. And I'm not gonna lie, I did take the day because when I left, I went to the botanical gardens and I, sat by myself and I thought about it. And I was really, really sad about it for like the first 2 or 3 days. I'm not gonna lie. And in my head, I said, okay, well, I should just go back. But I feel like had I went back, the vibe would have been off. It would have been tension. I would have been, because in my head, when I went in Monday morning, I said, I'm just gonna stay in my tech room. But as I previously stated, we were so understaffed that it was going to have to be an all hands on deck effort. So I knew that wasn't going to be possible for me to just stay to myself in the bag. So I just really felt like the job had me going back to a person I did not want to be. Like, not happy. I was not happy. And like I said, I was sad about quitting the job at first, but now it's been a week today. And I'm content with my decision. I already honestly had something else in the works before I even quit, but I was going into the other job as a part-time thing, but it can be full-time. It's not a big deal. So I just been dashing a little bit here and there. So my background, everything come back for the other job that I was already working on. But I just hate it had to end like that. Like, and I was talking to one of my other coworkers who had left. She left the right way. And I was just like, I'm so mad at our old manager for leaving because she ran that store and she ran it well. I don't care what nobody say about her. She ran her store and she ran it well. She is a very nice person. She's a, like, she lit. She know what she doing. And there's no shade to the new manager because they did throw her in blindly. And it's not her fault that things played out the way they did. But yeah. Once I got into it with the third key and I saw how that was moving, and then I got into it with the assistant, I said, now hold up, sis. They gonna either plot to get you out, like something finna happen. That's how my mind worked. So as opposed to them plotting and firing me, I literally, kid you not, I told my store manager, I said, I'ma just bow out gracefully. And I feel like that's what I did. Like, and I honestly say, I hated to leave them hanging like that, but I could not stay in that store because I remember even when I was talking to the manager, the assistant had came in and was like, I could hear like this. I can't even, like the way she was like, I'm finna go to the bank, but the way she said it, it just was kind of like comic, like she was laughing, like she thought it was funny. Like, girl, I would cuss you the fuck out too. Like, and I don't be want to be that person. So yeah, y'all, I had to bow out gracefully. I was there for 6 little months. And the thing that really upset me the most is like, I want us to be long term with this company. Like, that's why I was setting the goals for myself personally. When I first started, they told me about becoming certified. I was like, I'm going to be certified. Once I got certified, I said, okay, what's my next goal? So I really just want to get to a job that, I mean, I know all jobs gonna have bullshit, but I want to get to a job that I love, that I can take a little bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind a little bullshit. But until then, yeah, I got a new job today. I ain't nothing, but I'm gonna wrap this on up because this video already way longer than I expected it to be. So I may have been rambling a lot in that, and I apologize. But if you stuck with me, appreciate you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you next time.